So Hare Krishna everyone. Today we're going to study summary of Gita, that is chapter 2, contents of Gita summarized. But before that, we do our prayers, that is Om Agyantimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamin इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यातिशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम रामा हरे हरे. You all can raise your hands like that and you can say Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So we'll start with our second chapter, that is summary of Gita, contents of Gita summarized. Can you see the screen? Admins, can you please confirm it?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes,
Okay, Hare Krishna. Very nice. Okay. So quick recap, 5 reasons why Arjuna was not ready to fight. Yesterday I taught you now. So who can tell me? Raise your hands and admins will unmute you. Yes, please unmute.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes, Hare Krishna.
Mataji, the 5 reasons why Arjuna didn't want to fight was indecision, compassion.
Yes.
Indecision, compassion, no enjoyment.
Yes.
Sinful and family traditions.
Yes, very nice. First was compassion, then it was no enjoyment, then sin, family tradition, and lastly, indecision. So before we proceed to second chapter, that is summary of Bhagavad Gita, we need to know what are the 3 stages of God realization. So there are 3 stages of God realization. First is Brahman. What is Brahman? Light. You see light and you perceive that this is God. When people say, for me, God is light. So that aspect is Brahman aspect. They only have understood the Brahman aspect of light, Bhagwan, Paramatma, that is Krishna. So they have only understood the Brahman aspect of Bhagwan. That's why they say God is light. So this is Brahman means light, effulgence. So they have only seen the effulgence of Krishna. So they say God is light. Okay. But when you come to the Paramatma understanding of realization, then you get to know that, oh no, God is four-handed form of Lord, which is holding Sankha, Chakra, Gada, and Pushpa. See, in his 4 hands, he's holding, in one hand, he's holding Gada, in one, he is holding Chakra, this Sudarshan Chakra, and one, he is holding Pushpa, lotus flower, and another one, he is holding Sankha, conch shell, okay? So when you understand Paramatma realization, you get to know that Lord is 4-handed form, okay? But when you get to the realization of Bhagwan, then you get to know, oh, Lord is Shyam Sundra form, the 2-handed form. This is the original form. These all are the understandings. Oh, this is a very primary understanding. And then when you mature and you get to know that literally Bhagwan is the 2-handed form, that is the Shyam Sundra form. So, can you tell me anybody who is very rich you know, who is very rich? You raise your hands and admins will unmute you. Yeah, unmute. Please, admins, unmute.
Hare Krishna Mataji, the rich persons are the first businessmen, ma'am.
Businessmen, okay. And
Yes,
who all? Like, can you name them? Anyone?
Mataji, that is Rachan Tata Mataji.
Okay. Can you tell me who is a very famous person? Like, there are so many people who are very famous. Can you tell me one of them?
The famous person is
Celebrities, okay? Singers, cricketers, all these people
yes.
are very famous, no?
Yes, ma'am. Mataji, Virat Kohli Mataji.
Yeah, yeah. Your favorite
Mataji?
is he your favorite player?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, very good. Okay. And someone who is very, powerful, very, he has a lot of strength. Okay. Like if you see WWF, WWE fighting, you get to know, oh, Khali is the very powerful person. Okay. So anyone can have one among these qualities and he could be very famous. He could be very rich. He or she could be very rich, very beautiful. He could be very renunciated, like a sadhu, yogi. He could be very knowledgeable. He could have lot of strength. He could be very powerful, but none of them can have all these qualities. So how can we define Bhagwan? How can we define God? One who has all these qualities into its fullest is known as God. We can call that God. So Krishna is the richest. He have thousands of cows. He have lots and lots of he get lots and lots of butter and milk, but still he steals. Why? That is his leela. But about richness, he's the richest. He's the most famous. You see, when we die, no one is going to talk about us, but about Krishna we are talking right now, and we'll talk forever, because he's the supreme personality of Godhead. Who and else we can talk about? Okay, strength. He's the most powerful. He killed all the demons which came in Vrindavana, and with just like that, he don't need anything, any weapon. He never holds any weapon because he don't need any weapon. He is God. Okay, he's very knowledgeable. He's the most knowledgeable person. Okay. He told the Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna in 45 minutes on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Renunciation. He is the best yogi. Krishna, beauty. He is the most beautiful. You have seen how captivating it is to look, just to have a glance of Krishna. Although we haven't seen like that, but if you see the little Krishna, what you've just seen, you can see how captivating his looks are. His beauty cannot be compared with any materialistic thing that we have. We cannot imagine how beautiful Krishna is. That beautiful he is. Okay. So now this shloka, Bhagavad Gita 2.7. Karpanya dosho pahata swabhava prachami tvam dharma sammood cheta yakshrehe shan nishchitam bruhitan me sishyasteham sadimam tvam prapannam. Who is going to read the translation? You can raise your hands and admins can unmute you. Yeah,
Hare
admins.
Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Translation. Now I'm confused about my duty. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me clearly what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrendered up to you. Please instruct me.
So Krishna asked Krishna when Arjuna surrendered him and said, "Now I'm confused, Krishna, about my duty. What to do? I'm very like he was indecisive whether to kill his relatives, friends, family members or not. In this condition, he was saying, in this condition, I'm asking you to tell me clearly what is best for me. Now I'm your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me." So when he surrendered, then Krishna started giving him instructions, and we'll see what Krishna tells him. See, he was asking Krishna, he surrendered. So, You are not what you think you are. So anyone can raise hand and admins can unmute them. I'll ask them question. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah, was your name?
Nikita.
Nikita.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, yes, Nikita. So if I ask, who are you, Nikita? So what will you tell?
I am spirit soul.
Oh, very nice. But generally people don't say that, right? Generally people
No.
say, I'm Nikita.
We'll say
Generally
I'm
if someone
Nikita.
asks you, you'll say, you are Nikita, okay? Or you can
Yes,
say,
ma'am.
I have hands, I have eyes, I have nose, I have hairs, okay? I have this dress. But these are the things you hold. What we are spirit soul. We are spirit soul. Beautiful. Wonderful. So yeah, we all are spirit soul. Like this boy here. He has hair, eyes, mouth, hands, knees, legs, stomach, ear, eyebrows, feet, everything. But he's not this body. He's spirit soul. And where is spirit soul situated? Within him. And our material body, which you can see, is made up of 5 elements. What are those 5 elements? Fire, water, sky, air, earth, and ether. Okay. Earth, fire, water, sky, and air. Okay. These are the 5 elements our body is made up of. But what we are actually the soul, spirit soul. We are not this body. Okay. Now, can anyone tell me the difference between living objects and non-living objects? Living thing and non-living thing. You can raise your hands and admins can unmute you.
Living things.
Hare Krishna, yes. Who's
Hare
speaking?
Krishna Mataji.
Who's speaking?
Ma'am Mataji Adya Tiwari.
Yes, Adya.
Yeah.
Tell.
Ma'am, I'm Aradhya. Living things can walk, talk, and do everything, and non-living things cannot do anything.
What all living things can do?
Talk, walk, and do everything.
Non-living things cannot talk and walk. Non-living things cannot breathe also, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Non-living things cannot give answer like Adya is giving, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yeah.
Mataji.
What makes you different from non-living? That you have consciousness, right? You have soul. You react to things around you. You have intelligence to understand things, and you have this consciousness. You can respond to the stimulus around you. Okay, that's the main difference. So living things like people, animal, plants, and non-living things are natural, like mountains. You see mountains, big buildings made by man. Okay. So what's
Yes,
the basic difference? Non-living things do not have soul and living things have soul. Okay, that's the thing. And that's the whole point of Bhagavad Gita. Okay, if you understood these 2 things, that we are not this body, we are spirit soul. Second, Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. If you understood these 2 things now, you can imagine that you have understood the whole Bhagavad Gita. That's the whole Bhagavad Gita itself. First thing, we are not this body, we are spirit soul. Second, Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. Okay. Now, you might be traveling with your parents in a car, in a bus. One who drives is someone drives that vehicle, right? Otherwise, that vehicle cannot move by itself. Similarly, our body is like dead body. It cannot move on its own. It has soul within it, within the heart. Then only it is able to move, it is able to eat, it is able to do various activities in its life. Okay. Why? Because soul regulates the body. If there's no soul, the body is dead. What happens when a person dies? The soul goes away to another body. It takes different body, just like clothes. Okay. Where is the soul situated? Now the soul is situated in the heart. Okay. Soul is situated in the heart. So what is this? This is the bird cage. Okay, now this woman, what she does, she cleans the cage, but didn't give anything to eat to this bird. What do you think will happen to this bird? Can anyone tell? Host can unmute, please.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. What will happen to the bird?
Ma'am, the bird will die.
Yeah, bird will die because it is not getting anything. Similarly, if we don't give anything to our soul, our soul will perish. That's why Krishna consciousness is very necessary for our soul. Okay. Yeah. Food for soul is Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So you all can raise your hand, be unmuted, it's okay, and you all can chant this with me. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Once again, all raise your hands. I'm seeing some of them are not raising. Raise your hands and say, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You all are kids now. You are acting like 60-year-old adults. Raise your hands one again and we'll chant this all together, okay? Co-host, you can unmute all of them. Once we can chant together. You all can also chant with us, okay? We all can chant together by raising our hands, okay? Yes. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare
Krishna, mute everyone. Yeah, okay. Okay. Moving on. Okay, what's... Yeah. So we are spirit, soul, Jivatma, not this body. Okay. You can see this body. We have this body, but what we are actually, we are soul, spirit soul. We are not this body. And where is spirit soul located? Inside the heart. Okay. So Bhagavad Gita 2.13. So today's homework is this shloka. And at the end of this class, I'll ask you the previous homework. Okay. The first shloka, what I gave you. So stay unmuted and like be muted and repeat after me, okay? Dehinosmin yatha dehe. You can repeat. Kaumaram yauvanam zara. Tatha dehantaram praptir. Dhiras tatra namuyati. Dehinosmin yatha dehe. Kaumaram yauvanam zara. Tatha dehantaram praptir. Dhirastatra namuyati. So who can chant? They can raise your hands and co-host can unmute you. Raise your hands and co-host will unmute you.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Hare Krishna.
Dehinosmin yatha dehe kauramaram yauvanam jara.
Repeat after me. Repeat after me. Dehinosmin yatha dehe.
Dehinosmin yatha dehe
Kaumaram yauvanam jara.
Kaumaram yauvanam jara.
Tatha dehantara praptir.
Tatha dehantara praptir.
Dhirastatya namuryati.
Dhiras tatra na muhyati.
Yes, now you can repeat by yourself.
Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara. Tatha dehantara praptir. Dhiras tatra na muhyati.
Yes, very good. So what does this mean? We'll look. It seems like it's freezing. Just a second. Yeah, I hope it's visible now. Okay. Yes. So, when you all were born, you all were like this, no? Small kid. I hope this it's visible, admins. Can you please confirm?
Yes, Mataji, it's visible.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. So when you all were born, you were like this, little one, and then you grew up, and then you are kids now, but you'll grow up and you'll become youth one day, and then you'll grow up and become adult, and then you'll grow old, and then you'll die, then you leave this body. But one thing that is constantly passing away, like even if you're dead, you born as some other person, one thing which is constantly passing away. What is this? Can anyone tell? You can raise your hands and admins will unmute you.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
It is the soul.
Yes, very good. It's the soul which passes on.
Yes, Mataji, it's soul.
Yeah, it's the soul which passes on. Very good. So, can anyone read this?
Yes, Mataji, I can.
Yes. Yeah, please go ahead.
As the embodied soul continually passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. The self-realized soul is not bewildered by such a change.
By?
Such a change.
Yes, very good. So, as the soul continually passes in this body form from boyhood to youth, like the soul changes the clothes, just like we change the clothes. Similarly, the soul also changes the clothes. And what is the cloth for the soul? It's a body. When we die, it goes to another body. Similarly, this body is like a cloth for the soul, and we are not this body, so we shouldn't recognize ourselves with this body. Although we have this body, we should take care of this body because our soul resides in it. But we should not pay so much focus on our body that we do not take care of our soul. You learned now what is the food for soul. You just now learned. Can anyone repeat that? Tell me.
Yes, Mataji, I can.
Yes, what is the food for soul? Yes, tell.
Mataji, I can.
Yeah, please tell.
Ma'am, what should I tell, ma'am? Because there was issue.
What is the food for soul?
Ma'am, the food for the soul is the Mahamantra.
Yes, very good. The food for soul is Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
Okay, Mataji.
Very nice.
Hare
Good.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So you can see people take birth, they become kids, then like you all, then they grow up and become youth, then adult, and they grow old and they die. But one thing which is continuously passing is soul. Although they take another birth and this continues, but the soul is the same. Okay. See, the soul changes, the soul changes the body, just like clothes. It's leaving the body and then it's taking birth again, and this cycle continues. So soul takes another body at the time of death. So when we die, what happens? Nothing happens to soul. Soul cannot die. We learned yesterday, no one can cut soul. No one can wet the soul. Okay, no one can tear the soul. Okay. Soul, nothing happens to soul. So we do not need to worry about what will happen to us at our death. Nothing will happen. The soul will change another body, and according to our karma, we'll get another body. It might be of human if we have done good karmas or we have practiced Krishna consciousness, then it might be of human. And if we have done very bad activities, we are very bad person, then what we'll get, we can get the lower species, like you can become crocodile or any other animal or any other thing you can become. So soul changes its cloth. So these bodies, what we have right now is like cloth, and it shifts from one body to another, just like clothes, just like we change clothes. So nothing happens to soul. Soul never dies. Okay. So this is the life cycle. Kid is born, then he's walking, running, becomes youth, becomes adult, grow old, and then finally he dies. This is the life cycle. So when you all were kids, you might have drove this three tire cycle. No, this is very famous among kids. Kids very often drive this. And when you grow up, what do you get? You get this bicycle, and you learn to balance on this three wheel cycle. You need not to balance, but when you grow up, you need to start driving this bicycle, and you learn to balance. Okay. And when you grow up further, you go to colleges, then you get your scooty, and when you start working and all, you get your car, you buy your car. But what happens when this car breaks, or some accident happens, or some part is not working? You replace that part, or you buy a new car, right? So similarly, soul also changes body. When the body stops functioning, when there is some kind of problem in the body, like suppose you get your body caught one disease, and it is very chronic disease, and you can, like cancer, say cancer, you cannot overcome that. So the body is diseased now. It is useless for soul. So now soul takes new body, just like we take new things if the things get old, or it get there's some problem in the things, then we change the thing. So similarly, when our body gets diseased, or there's some problem in the body, then soul changes the body. Okay. So there are 84 lakh species of life. We don't know what we were in our previous world. We could be dolphin, we could be crocodile, we could be fish, we might have been anything. We don't know what we were in our previous life. There are 84 lakh species, and in these 84 lakh species, the soul continuously passes on from one body to another according to our karmas. Okay, so we should always do good deeds, and we should always practice Krishna consciousness. We should chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Okay, so what is this? So from all these examples, the point is we are spirit soul. We are not this body. If you learn this thing that we are spirit soul, half of the Bhagavad Gita is learned to do. Okay, so remember this: we are spirit soul, not this body. This cycle continues. We grow old, and we die, then we take birth again. This cycle continues and continues until unless we take Krishna consciousness. We practice Krishna consciousness, and when God is pleased by us, then we go to Goloka, okay, our supreme abode. Then we don't have to get caught up into this cycle. But if we do not take Krishna consciousness, we do not chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and we keep on doing our bad activities and all the useless things, then we keep on moving into this 84 lakh species. Although we die, when we take another birth, we take another body. It might be of horse, it might be of crocodile, it might be of human being. So the birth of human being is very fortunate, because the crocodile, I cannot teach crocodile that chant Hare Krishna. How will crocodile say Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna? I can't say, right? How will dolphins say Hare Krishna? Although they have intelligence, but they do not have this capacity to understand this class, what you guys have, right? So this human form of birth is very necessary and very fortunate to have, and we should not misuse this chance. We should chant Hare Krishna and try to please the Lord, try to serve the Lord, okay? So that we can go to Goloka. That's our goal of life, okay? So this is the thing. Child take births, and then they grow teenager, then they become youth, and they do their job and other things in life. Then they grow old, they become mature, then they become senior citizen, and finally they die. But the soul remains there. If you don't chant Hare Krishna, you have to again continue this cycle of birth and death. So chant Hare Krishna, and we get free from this cycle of birth and death. Go back to Godhead. So next shloka, 2.14. Matra sparshastu kaunteya sitoshna sukha dukkhada agama payino anityas tam tikta shava bharata. Translation. Who is going to read the translation? You can raise your hand.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare
Translation.
Krishna.
O son of Kunti, the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress and their disappearance in due course are like the appearance of and disappearance of winter and summer season.
So right now it's like winter is coming. Okay, so you all might have took out your blankets and you might have started wearing clothes, woolen clothes, and all these things. So what does happen to the tree when there is summer or when there is autumn? The fruits are mature and there is like leaves fall. But in spring season, what happens? The tree blooms like this. Okay, and what happens when you ask something from your parents and they give it to you? Like if you ask. Daddy, I want this bicycle, this one bicycle, or I want this laptop, and your daddy buys that for you, bought that for you, then you are happy. But if in case he says, no, you're not going to get that, so you are sad. So all these things are not permanent, they are temporary. Okay. So these things, happiness and sadness, are like seasons, they keep on changing. But what is constant is spirit soul. So we need to remember this, that we are spirit soul, and these happiness and sadness are like they are temporary, and they are not real. They are all like you can say perverted reflection. There's no as such thing as happiness and sadness. It's just our perception of things, how we take things. So this happiness and sadness depends on our situation, and it is temporary. So what is permanent is soul, and soul is always happy if it chants Hare Krishna Mahamantra and does this activity, prescribed duty, then the soul is always happy. There's no reason to become sad. But this material world creates this illusion for us. This situation is good for us, so we are happy. That situation is not good for us, so we are sad. But there's nothing such thing like that in reality, because we identify ourselves as this material body, so we are happy and sad by the situations. Otherwise, if we remember that we are spirit soul, then we could not get happy or sad. So we need to remember that. This is very important for us. Just like this, as the season changes, the condition of tree changes. You can see here. In spring, it is blooming. In autumn, it's shedding its leaves and fruits are mature and all. All these things, happiness and sadness, are just state of mind. These all are temporary, not permanent. Now the next shloka, 2.20. Na jayate mriyate va kadachin, nayam bhutva bhavita na va bhuya, ajo nitya shashvatayam purano, na hanyate hanyamane sharire. Translation. Who is going to read translation? Yes, you can raise your hands.
Yes, Martha.
For a soul, there is neither birth nor death at any time. He is unborn, eternal, ever existing.
Yes, the soul is Satchit Ananda. Sat means eternal. Eternal, there are two kinds of things, no? Permanent and temporary. So what is permanent? We say it as eternal. We also say permanent things as eternal. In this material world, there's nothing which is eternal. Okay, which is permanent. Everything is temporary. But the soul is eternal. It is forever. It is permanent. The soul is Sat. What is Chit means? Chit means full of knowledge. Okay, the soul is full of knowledge. It's not ignorant. Okay, all these coverings and layers over soul, that is what makes us ignorant. Otherwise, the soul is full of knowledge. Ananda, the soul is so blissful when it is with its Lord, when it serves its Lord, that is Krishna. When we serve Krishna, the soul is blissful and happy. So soul is Satchidan Ananda, eternal, full of knowledge and blissful. Okay. 2.22. Vashamsi jirnani yatha vihaya navani grihanti naro aprani tata sharirani vihaya jiranani ananya samyati navani dehi. So it says that soul changes this body as clothes, what we learned earlier just now. So what you do when you fall in the mud like this? You change your clothes, right? Similarly, when the body also gets worn up, then the soul changes the body. Just like this, when the your clothes get dirty, what do? You wash it or you buy a new cloth. If it gets too dirty, then you buy a new cloth. Worn up, then you buy a new cloth. Similarly, when your body damages or it's no longer able to contain the soul, then the soul changes the body. Okay, now who knows this person? He's a very famous person. He's a very famous singer, I can tell you. So, do you listen his songs? Yeah, you can unmute yourself. Admins can unmute you. Who is this?
Ma'am, I don't know. I had to ask a question.
No, questions will be taken after we finish this class, okay? We'll take questions at the end of the session, okay?
Ma'am.
Yeah. Who knows who's this person? He's a very famous singer.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Ma'am, Mataji, this is a Justin Bieber, na?
Yes, he is Justin Bieber. So what if your Justin Bieber is drowning? Whom will you save? You'll save his black coat or you'll save him?
Him.
Yes, because he is what matters more than his clothes. So we the soul, what we have, the soul, when it is drowning in this material world, we need to save our soul. And how we save our soul? By practicing Krishna consciousness. And how we practice Krishna consciousness? By chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, okay? So this is how we save our soul from drowning in this material world. Otherwise, if we keep on focusing on our material body, then we can't save anything. Like this, if your Justin Bieber is drowning, then if you save his jacket, then he will drown. Then no more singer will be left. So you need to save him and not his clothes. Yes. Please don't unmute them. Yeah.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes.
Mataji, how can see I sold?
We can't see the soul. We'll get to know that in coming session. Yes, we'll talk about it. So Bhagavad Gita 2.23. Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavaka, na chainam kladyanti yapo, na soshanti maruta. The soul can never be cut into pieces by any weapon, nor can be burned by fire, nor moistened by water, nor withered by any weapon. Okay, so the soul cannot be cut. Okay, and the soul cannot be burned. Nothing can happen to soul. So we do not need to worry that what will happen when we die. The soul remains the soul remains as it is. It just changes the body. So you need to just chant Hare Krishna and do your devotional service. That's all the soul needs. That's the food for soul. That's how you take care of your soul. Okay. See this. When the person dies, what happens? The soul, which is situated in his heart, goes away and the body remains. Okay. O son of Kunti, either you will be killed on the battlefield and attain the heavenly planets, or you will conquer and enjoy the earthly kingdoms. Therefore, get up and fight with determination. So when Arjuna was perplexed and he was indecisive to what to do and what not to do, then Krishna tells him, you have two options. Rather, you can win or you can lose. In either conditions, you are benefited, because if you win, then you will get the kingdom to rule. So there is no such thing as no enjoyment. And if you lose, if you are dead, then you will go to heavenly planets and you will enjoy there. So for you, there's no sin, like killing your teachers. What you were thinking as sin is not sin, because they are soul, they are not this body. Okay, so this is what Krishna explains to Arjuna. You can see. Now, your enemies will describe you in many unkind words and so on your ability. What could be more painful for you? So now, this explains compassion, what Arjuna was having compassion for his relatives. So Krishna is telling, if you will leave them like that, do your enemies will think that you are leaving them out of compassion? No, they'll say you unkind words. They'll say, oh, Arjuna is fearful, or he's coward that he run away from the battlefield. So he'll not say, they'll not praise you. Rather, they'll say unkind words to you, which would even be more painful for you. Because for Kshatriyas, unkind words like these demeaning words and running away from battlefield is the worst thing you can do to them or say to them. Okay, so this is the most painful thing anyone could say to them. So that's what Krishna is telling to Arjuna. Okay, next sloka is Neha Bikramana soasti pratyavo na vidyate swalpam api asya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Who is going to read the translation? 2.40. Can raise your hand.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes.
In this endeavor, there is no loss and a little advancement on this path, and can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear.
Yes. So, like, even if we do little bit now, so it is a lot. Like what happened, there was one picture kept of Krishna somewhere, okay? And what this mouse did, he went and there was one flower. He just offered that flower to in front of that picture, okay? And what happened? The soul which is inside the body of this mouse, it went to heaven, okay? So just by small things, small endeavor, you can get a lot, because Lord Krishna is very merciful, okay? Yeah. So any small service done is valuable. So in Ramayana, when the army of Lord Rama was making pull on the when they were forming the bridge, so they were writing Ram on the stone and they were throwing into the water, and it was floating over the water and it became the bridge. This is how the bridge became, right? And so when Hanumanji was taking big stones and he was writing Ram over that, and he was throwing it into the water, then he saw a small squirrel, no? So he picked up that squirrel by his tail and threw the squirrel, and the squirrel came on the lotus feet of Sri Ram, and Sri Ram took that squirrel in his hand and he said, whatever you are doing. And that what that squirrel was doing, that squirrel was taking the small pebbles as much of her hand. She was taking the small pebbles with her hand and she was writing Ram on it, and she was throwing in the water, although it was also floating, but it is very small. So, but then Sri Ram held that squirrel over his hand and said, whatever you are doing is enough for me. With love, if you are doing a little bit also, it's enough for me. Okay. So he put that squirrel again, and that squirrel, what she was doing, she was taking small pebbles. She was writing Ram over that, and she was throwing it into the water. There's so small pebbles were forming the bridge. Okay, so even the smallest endeavor we do from love and devotion, then God accepts it, right? What does Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita? He said, what you can offer him. Patram pushpam phalam toyam. He's not asking much because everything is his only. So what we can offer him? Nothing. But if we give this small things like patram pushpam phalam toyam, leaf, water, and fruit, if we offer this by devotion and love, then he accepts it. Okay, yeah. And like in this Kali Yuga, we can't do much. Like we can't do yagya and all, because yagya required a lot of pure ghee, you know, and we are not that rich that we can pour a lot of ghee into yagya. We'll become bankrupt if we started doing that. So for this Kali Yuga, it is said that we should chant Hare Krishna and we should spread Hare Krishna. So tomorrow I'll tell you how to chant on beads, okay? But today we can know that for Kali Yuga, we need to chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and this is the only thing which will deliver us from this material world, and we can go back to our home, that is Goloka, okay? So one of the greatest law of Netherlands, Bhagavad Gita classes are compulsory for Dutch students. So in other countries, Bhagavad Gita is very famous, and it is made compulsory for them to take the classes. But in India, it's not like that, because India is a secular country. But still, we are learning and we are going through it. Someday it might be possible. We are hoping for the best. So what are the activities? So you have to do this with me, okay? We are not this body. Do like this. We are not this body. We're not this body. We are spirit soul. What we are? We are spirit soul. We are not this body. Everyone turn on your videos. I want to see you all. Yeah. And now start doing this. We are not this body. We are this soul. We are spirit soul. Okay. The soul is situated in the heart. Okay. Yes. Very good. We can't see the soul. We can't see the soul. Okay. It is very small. It is a 10,000 size of the tip of the hair. Like if you take your hair like this, if you take your hair and the 10,000, the tip of it, if you cut it, that tip into 10,000 pieces, then that one piece, that smallest piece, one piece among those 10,000 pieces, that is equal to the soul. That is the size of soul. And where it resides in our heart. Okay. Yes. So we'll repeat this again. We are not this body. We are spirit soul. We are spirit soul. Okay. The soul is situated in the heart. Yes. And we cannot see the soul. Okay. Because it is very small. It is a 10,000 size of the tip of the hair. Like this hair we cut into 10,000 pieces, the tip of hair, not the whole strand of hair, but a tip of the hair. If we cut into 10,000 pieces, then one piece is equal to the size of that soul. Okay. You need to learn and note down these points. I'll be asking you tomorrow. Okay. So what is the takeaway message for today? We are not this body. We are spirit soul. The soul moves from one body to another. Okay. All small service done to Krishna is never lost. So what does Krishna says? You do, if you chant one round of Maha Mantra, then it is sure that you will get human form of birth in the next life. If you only chant once, if you say Krishna, then you will get human form of life in your next birth. So this is the mercy of Maha Mantra. Okay. This is the mercy of the name of God. So you all should chant and take the benefit of this Maha Mantra. It is so powerful, so blissful. You will chant and you will realize how blissful you feel while chanting this, and how peaceful your mind becomes after chanting this mantra, and you will become more focused. Okay. You will score good in your studies also, because chanting Maha Mantra makes your brain work very fast, and you become very focused in your studies. So it is kind of all-round development for you all. Okay. You all are kids. If you start chanting from this age, it would be very helpful for you all. Okay. So we should chant together. Okay. You can chant. You can raise your hand like that. You can say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay. So with this, we conclude today's chapter. And how do we end? We end with Vaishnava Pranam Mantra. Vancha kalpata ruhascha kripa sindhuva evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo nama. Now, admins, you can unmute them and they'll all say Jai together. Please unmute them all.
Yes.
Yes. No, not like that. Wait. Anant Koti Vaishnav Vrind ki Jai. Jai. Prabhupada ki Jai. Bhagavad Gita ki Jai.
Bhagavad Gita ki Jai.